So you graduated high school. You graduated college. You got certified in that program that you were taking. And now you sit there and you look back on all of the days and all of the months and all of the years that you put in to get to where you're at. And all I have to say is, don't forget that feeling that you got the day you started. See, that feeling you got the day you first started is a feeling of new beginnings, because you are starting something with the goal in mind. You know, you started college because you wanted to do that major so you can get into that specific industry. Or, you know, you started high school and you can't wait to graduate because you can't wait to go get a job, or you can't wait to start your business. But all of the things that you sat there and said that you couldn't wait to do, you could have been doing the whole time. And I don't want this to be another graduation speech of somebody saying, you know, an analogy with a book and chapters in the book and starting a new chapter, but the book isn't closed. And as you turn the page and the time goes on, you look back at the duality of life and how the last chapter gave you the knowledge and experience to get to the next chapter, and it pushes you forward, because life doesn't move in chapters. The next page isn't written. You write the next page every day when you wake up at 4:25 and you go to the gym and you work out and you set the tone. Because when you set the tone, that is you writing the next page of the book. See, I hate when graduation speeches or people in general describe life as being a book, and you look back on it and you get to understand how, you know, you went through it, and you know, it's a book and there's chapters in the book and you're starting a new chapter. And I fell victim to this myself. I said, you know what? I'm starting a new chapter in life, but I need to say I'm writing a new chapter in life. You're not starting a new chapter, because starting a new chapter insinuates the fact that you're reading a script, right? Your life isn't scripted. You aren't starting a new chapter. You are writing a new chapter. And you have to be thankful that you have a story to write from, because the hardest part of an essay is when you first start writing it. But you're here watching this video, which means you have stuff to write about already. So take all of the experiences that you have and understand them deeply. Put your faith first. Put your family first. And start building momentum by step number 1. Building an impeccable, impenetrable, unmatched, unfathomable, undamageable, unrecognizable mindset. You have to build a bulletproof mindset. And on top of that bulletproof mindset, you build systematic habits. Because like I said, the way to get to where you want to go from where you are right now is just action. You can't plan your way to $1 million. You can't plan your way to that family, that dream life. You can't plan their way there. You have to have the habits, because your state in life right now, your circumstances, is a reflection and is a side effect of the habits that you have. So you built that bulletproof mindset, and you have those systematic habits. On top of that, build your fitness and nutrition. Don't neglect the body that sustains your life. And I don't say this as like a cliche, like your body is your temple, take care of it. But genuinely think about it. Your body is the tool that you use to interact with the reality that you create for yourself. You know, you're writing the book, metaphorically, like you're writing the book of your life. You're writing it, you're not reading it. You're not starting a new chapter, you're writing a new chapter with your hand. And that hand is your body. You're using a tool, right? Metaphorically, that tool is the pen, but life is you in your head, and the pen is your human form. Take care of that. Build it. Because to reach things in life, see, in reality, right, the tool that you use to get to where you want to go is money. And your finance is a reflection of your mental and physical state. See, rich people don't get in shape. People that are in shape get rich. It goes in order, else you're going to have it messed up and you're going to have to start somewhere else, and you're going to have to go back and fill in the holes that you didn't patch when you started. See, I understand that, and I'm lucky to understand that right now I am patching all of the holes in my life. And yes, when I start filling up my life with the fresh breath of the water, the refreshing water of life, I'm gonna find more holes that I didn't see before. But if I spend my time now patching the biggest holes that I see, right, I'm sitting here patching the biggest holes in my life, when the water comes in, it's a lot easier to say, well, I patched that big hole, then I just take a little bit of that knowledge and a little bit of that, mental idea, and it's easy for me to fix the little things. So I'm taking on the big things now, and I encourage you to do the same thing as you start your new journey, and as you start crafting and writing your outline for what you want to write your story of your life about. Think to yourself, right? And I have the resource to literally I literally have a resource that allows you to go from not knowing what the fuck you're doing in life to knowing what you are on this earth for. And it's a systematic process. It's literally a bulletproof system. If you do these things, you will understand why you're on the earth, why God created you, and what your job here is to fulfill. And it's crazy for me, just a guy sitting in his car making a YouTube video, to tell you that, but don't knock it until you try it. I've literally made a Notion board. I'll link it in the description. It literally goes through every aspect of your life, from your faith, your family, your mindset, your habits, your nutrition, your finances, and your overarching goal desire for your financial state and your desired circumstances in life, which is the cherry on top of all of the stuff that you build from within. And it's not an easy thing to keep up with, but if you keep up with it, and you keep up with it in the correct way, by correct way I mean with the purest intentions of the most faithful way to at least be faithful to yourself, because you are made in God's image. So if you're not faithful to your own needs and your own personal life, if you're not faithful to yourself and you don't keep promises to yourself, then you're never going to have faith in anything else, and you're never going to be able to make promises to other people if you can't even make promises to yourself. But that's a whole nother topic, and I'm sure there's videos that I've made that cover these same ideas. But back to the main point. You may have graduated high school, you may have graduated college, you may have ended that course that you bought from your favorite creator, but with that information, reflect on the experiences that you have experienced along that journey and understand them fully. I mean, the good and the bad. Just take a second to understand how you got to where you are fully, because with that information, it will tell you the answers that you're looking for. Because you're sitting there saying, I just graduated high school, what do I do? I mean, I have a plan, but what am I here for? Click on that Notion board in the description and DM me if you can't follow it or you need to understand the motives behind it. And I'm not here to make money, so I'm not gonna sit here and say, yeah, bro, send me $20 for that Notion board. It took me hours and hours to create, so it's really worth like $100, but I'm selling it for $20 because, I mean, I'm just a guy, so I'm gonna sell it for cheap. No, I'm giving it out for free because God didn't put me here on this earth to profit off of things that He has gave to me for free. And the only profit I make is when I put my specific effort in and personalize it specifically for you. But that is not what this is. I'm giving you the tools that you need. Now, I can't tell you how to implement them in your life, but I can teach you how to use the tool properly. I can't reinvent the wheel, but I can teach you how it works. You know what I mean? But that's the video right now. Tomorrow I'll probably make a video of in-depth how to use the Notion board, and that's going to go along with this video so you can understand the thought process that it takes to build your dream life. And by build your dream life, I don't mean sit there and wish and dream, but literally see a clear, like, you know those people who have like their backyard and they have like a patio on one side and like a pool on the other side, and they have those stepping stones that are just like separated by a little thin piece of grass, but like, you know, the pathway is long, but you see like there's like 8 stones, so it's not even that far. Like, the journey is going to be far, the journey is going to be hard, but when you write out a plan of where each step is going to be, the distance feels a lot shorter, and you realize that maybe if you jump a little extra far on your first step, getting past all the other ones will be a little easier. And I try not to use too many metaphors and analogies because I like being hyper specific, because it allows me to connect with you guys and be vulnerable. But sometimes an analogy does help. But I mean, that's the video. Just ask yourself, what story have you been writing? If your life was a documentary, how would people be yelling at the screen at you right now? What would they be yelling at you to do? What decisions would they be telling you to make? That's the only question you need to ask yourself as you go into life from where you've gotten, from where you are.